The easiest decision you'll make all week is to shop Kohl's this weekend, because Kohl's will give you tax break savings with an extra 10% off and an extra $10 off your purchase of $25 or more. Everyone gets Kohl's cash too. Plus, shop late Friday or early Saturday and take an extra 15% off jeans for the family. Already on sale. Stack the savings and save even more this weekend at Kohl's. Select styles, offer valid 11/4 through 11/6. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to The Awakening with Katina Love and Sharice Fox. Today is Sunday, July 26, 2015. I am your host, Katina Love, and Sharice Fox is our co-host. Your spiritual wellness coach, I am, as well as a life coach. My website is lotuslifehealing.com, LOTUSLIFE, healing, HEALING.com. Connect with me on Facebook at facebook.com/Katina.love, the number 8. And my name is spelled KATINA.LOVE, the number 8. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the show, to share your journey to higher consciousness, and to promote your life's purpose and business in the healing arts, I would love to hear from you. This show is a platform for all higher consciousness healers. And if you are an undercover light worker, this is a perfect show for you to be a guest on. Also, if you have any ideas on how we can improve this show, if you would like to hear a certain topic, or if you have questions, we would love to hear from you. We will open the lines towards the end of the show to share your insight, or you can email me at lotuslife, LOTUSLIFE, the number 8 at yahoo.com. The topic on today's show is manifesting your desires, and this is part 3. We live in a world of creation and attraction, and we are co-creators with the universe. Everything we think and speak about is creating our present and future in every given moment. Now, I want you to think about that for a moment. Now, take a moment and take some deep breaths. And just start to visualize how you want your life to be. This show is designed to be a guide to help you with retraining the way that you think, to think more of the things that you want versus the things that you don't want. Think about the relationships that you want, the circle of friends, the life partners, the business partnerships, the career that you want, the places you want to travel, the things that you want to see and do, your health, your wellness, your life's purpose. Just visualize that for a moment. We want you to know that everything is possible. We have a returning guest, Sharice Fox, who is an intuitive spiritual coach and Reiki master. She and I will be sharing our manifesting tools, tips, and techniques with you today. Sharice, thank you for joining again today on the show. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me back. I am just having such a great time doing this, and I am so grateful to be here. It's a beautiful day here in Austin, and I'm actually having a good hair day, so that's a good thing. So I'm happy to be here, and I want to say thank you to everyone that's listening and supporting the show. We appreciate you, and I'm just excited about this subject we're talking about. It's a really great subject, and I'm ready to dive in when you are.
Awesome. So we did parts 1 and 2 already in the previous weeks. If you want to go in the archives and listen to those first after the show, if you want to. So on those previous shows, we shared guided meditations that are helpful, knowing exactly what you want, thinking positive thoughts and speaking positive affirmations. Keeping it to yourself is your secret. Clearing your mind and environment from clutter. And then we talked about creating and utilizing vision boards and slideshows. So if you want to hear that, just go back into the archives. On this show, we will share how journaling and scripting are beneficial, steps to take guided action, and things that Sharice and I have manifested in our own lives. So, Sharice, would you like to share, first of all, what is the difference between journaling and scripting?
Okay, that's a great question, and there you are again with your great question. So, for me, and this is my version of it. Other people may have their own version, but for me, the difference in the two, journaling is really documenting your life, your thoughts, your feelings, events that you may have experienced, where you're writing about, well, I'm feeling this way today, this happened today, what your plans are, things like that. That's what journaling is. So where you are just documenting your experiences throughout your life and how you're feeling in certain moments in your life. Whereas scripting is really intentionally creating your life story. So basically what you're doing is you're writing about what you want to happen before it happens. So scripting is really putting it out to the universe. It's a great way of manifesting to ask for what you want. And I script every day. And the way I start off my scripting, I start off by saying, I am so happy and so grateful that. And then after that, I write about the things that I want to experience or that I want to have in my life. And I do it in a way as though it's already happened. So if you were to pick up one of my journals, one of my scripting journals, and read it, you would think that you were reading about something that's already happened in my life. But actually what I'm doing is I'm writing my own script. I'm writing my own story, and I'm writing it the way I would like for it to happen. So that's the difference in the two.
That's great. I guess I'm in scripting, didn't realize it was that, because I'm always writing affirmations down, things that I want to manifest. And it's so important to be in that feeling place when we do scripting, to feel what that feels like, to feel the money that you want to come to you, the relationships, the type of career or purpose, life's purpose you want. It's so important to be in that feeling place. So some of the things that I script about is the subject of money. I love the experience of having more than enough money. That's one of my, because I'm looking at my journal here, because I script all the time. I guess I just didn't know I called it that, but it's there. And, you know, I write down, I'm so happy and grateful to be with the perfect life partner, someone who is genuine, someone who's happy, someone who's authentic, someone who's higher consciousness, someone who's loving, kind, and considerate. And so it's like in my journal, I wrote this like over and over and over, and it takes up the whole page. So can you share some things that you script about?
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, what's interesting is one of the things that I have scripted about is happening right now, us having this conversation. You inviting me to be a participant on this show. One of the things that I script about is my work and how I want my work to be. And I've always had this desire to be on the radio. And I'm naturally shy, so it's like a big deal for me to come out of my shell and do this. And it's something that I script about. And so now it's a reality. I'm here. We're having this conversation. And it's really great because I'm able to talk about the things that I love to talk about, to share what I do and my personal experiences. And so that's that's part of my script. Another part of my script, I also script about money. Money is big for most people. And
right.
I script about it's really important to state the amount of money that you want. How much money would you like to bring into your experience? How much money would you like to attract into your experience? How much money would you like to earn annually? That's something that I put into my script. And one of the things that I say is that I always have plenty of money to do with as I please.
Right.
Because
I love that.
I put it that way because, yes, we can attract money, but then there could be something that comes up where we have to spend it in a way we don't necessarily want to. So I've been on a manifesting journey for so many years. I've learned along the way. I tweak things along the way. So now I say I want to spend the money the way I please, in ways that pleases me. So that's something important that I think that you should do when you're working, when you're writing your script. Think about it. And one of the great things about scripting is that it gets you into that feeling place because it allows you, it's like daydreaming through writing. So as I'm writing my script, I'm daydreaming. I can visualize it in my mind, and then I can feel it as I'm writing it. And one thing that I've recently added this year that I didn't do in my previous years of scripting, once I write my script, I actually go back and read it out loud. What I found is that there's something about, there's something about saying it out loud, putting that vibration. There's something about when we speak out loud, there's a vibration that comes with that reaches that subconscious mind. And so after I write my script now, I read my script, and then I let it go. And that's an important thing when you're scripting. You want to bring yourself into that place of what it is that you want and then be able to let it go and go about your day. So I do it in the morning, and then I go about my day. And I don't worry about how it's going to come, how it's going to happen. And one thing that I've learned is that it's important to let go of the idea of how you think things should happen, because the universe will present things to you in a way that you least expect sometimes. And so you may think it's going to come one way, and it shows up another way. And this is what I feel about prayer and the way prayers are answered. Prayers are answered in the form of an opportunity. Prayers are answered in the form of an opportunity. And so when you're scripting, it's important to let go of the idea of how things will come and look for the doors that are open and the opportunities that will begin to present themselves to you, and say yes to them. So it's like, for me, in my scripting and saying, you know what, I have a radio show. I want to get my voice out there. I want to share my experiences with the world. It wasn't up to me to decide how that would come to me, and the way this experience came to me is not how I would have expected it to come, but it always comes in a more beautiful way, and in a way where you can see it and know that it is the universe putting this in your path. And so it's really beautiful when you can let go and just pay attention to your opportunities, and when they present themselves, say yes to it. So it's like when you invited me to share my experience about Sedona on your show, that's how it started. It was just me sharing an experience, and look what it's turned into. And that's how it works. That's how manifesting works. So you just never know where it's going to lead you. You never know where it's going to take you, but you have to say yes to the opportunity.
Yep, and be in that right place, that right feeling place, and being open and being focused and not being distracted. And for me and for you too, we meditate in the morning. We connect with our higher selves. We connect with spirit. We do our prayers and our mantras. We connect. We do our deep breathing. And so then we're prepared. We're open. We're open for what spirit or God or universe is bringing our way. Because the thing about the universe, the thing about spirit, is that it wants to deliver to us whatever it is that we want and desire. It's always trying to bring to us what we've already asked for. And our job is to allow it to be in the right place and not worry and not doubt and not be focused on an issue or problem of our own or someone else's that's close to us, or worrying about work, what's going on the job, or worrying about what our partner is dealing with or what happened last week. It's so important to stay focused. Yes, we have everyday lives, but you want to stay connected to spirit. You want to stay connected to God at all times, and that's how you're open and you're ready, you're queued up to follow the path. So that's the beginning. That's the beginning of taking guided action, is just being open. And then when you get a inclination to call someone or to go to a certain place, that's the spirit leading you to what you've already asked for. So it's so important to do that, to take guided action. Or maybe it might come in the form of an idea. It might be a business that you want to start, or a partnership with someone, or it might be the job that you asked for, and now is the perfect time to apply for that job. It could be anything. It's just a matter of being in tuned and being ready, just following your intuition. Did you want to add anything to that, Sharice?
No, you know what? I don't. Well, I'm just going to piggyback on what you're saying, because what you're saying is really great, and it's really basic. It's really simple, and it's so important. It's like guiding us right to where we're going with this conversation, with action. You know, you can't sit around and complain about your circumstances. You have to take action. So manifesting is not just about daydreaming and wishful thinking. And you can write a script all day long. You can look at your vision board all day long. But if you don't take any type of action, then you're not going to get to where you want to go. And the universe, in the book The Alchemist, the author says the universe is always conspiring. Yes. Always conspiring to bring you what you want. Always. It's conspiring in your favor.
Every day.
In your favor.
Every day.
Every day. And you know what? We're given signs.
Every moment of every day.
We're given signs. Yes. We get signs all the time. Opportunities present themselves. It can be a conversation that you have with a stranger in a grocery store. It could be a message that you hear in a commercial while you're watching TV. You could be driving down the road and there's a sign on the side of the road, an advertisement or something that you see that will speak to you. And that's the thing. And it's like when you feel the urge to do something different, even though it may not be, it may not look like it's taking you where you want to go. Sometimes this is what I've learned so much, is that sometimes you'll be taken, it looks like it appears that it's off course and it's taking you, you're being led in another direction, but that's not so. It's actually the easier path for you, because everything is working in your favor and is working to get you to that place. And sometimes you may have to say, you may get the urge to sign up for a class and say it's a yoga class, but you're attempting to manifest money, and you're like, well, what does that have to do with me manifesting money? Well, you don't know who you're going to meet in that yoga class, and they have some information that will lead you to what it is, the money you're attempting to manifest. So it's like we have to not judge these opportunities or the messages or the signs that we receive along the way. It's just a matter of really saying yes, just being open and just say, okay, I don't know where this is guiding me, but I'm going to present it itself, so it's worth me taking a look at. And so you take a look at it, and then something else opens up. So it's like you're being guided every step of the way, And we can get in the way when we have an idea, when we think from a linear place. And
right.
when we do that, we block out other things. But when you're manifesting, it's so important to just open up to everything. Just take a look at it. Don't be afraid to take a look at it.
Right. And the thing about the universe is, like we were saying earlier, it's always trying to lead you to the path of what you want. So it's going to find the path of least resistance, the most allowing on your part. So if you need $1,000 or $10,000, and you ask the universe for it, and if you get a phone call from your cousin you haven't heard from in 10 years, or your mother, or your coworker, or anybody, an old friend, don't judge it. Don't reject it. It's the universe trying to bring to you what you want. Someone can hit the lottery and give you the money that you need for whatever you need it for. So don't judge it. Don't say, oh, I'm not going to take it from that person. Because you don't want to miss out. I mean, it'll come again in another way, but you want to take the opportunities that you get when you get them. Because there's no such thing as missing the boat. As long as you're open and you're not resistant, the universe will bring another way to deliver to you what you asked for. And if you're invited to a party or an event and it seems like left field to you, go to that party or event. That your mate might be there waiting on you that you've been asking for 6 months or a year or 2 years. Your mate can be at that party, or someone who wants to introduce you to your mate. So go to the party, wherever it's at. If it's a ball or if it's a volleyball party or a baseball, whatever. If it feels right, just do it. Just take a chance. You have to take risks with this. And the thing about it is, Teresa and I always say that this is an experiment. We're always experimenting on things. Like, wow, let's see what's happening over here. Let's do this. Let's try this and see what happens. So there it is. Those are steps to take. Those are guided action steps right there. So is there anything else you wanted to share?
Well, I want to say this, that manifesting is a spiritual journey. It's basically, it's your conscious choice to co-create with the universe. And it gives you an opportunity to demonstrate the power that you were born with. And so life is not happening to us. We happen to life. So we get to, it's our movie. We get to write the script. We get to direct. We get to do all of those things. And I know for me, early in my journey, or what started my journey for me, is that I felt so bullied by life and that I didn't have any control, like it's just the luck of the draw. And that is not true. It's so not true. It's the furthest thing from the truth. And that's where it begins, when you can start to tell yourself the truth, when you understand the power that God has given you, the power, and whatever you choose, whatever word is more comfortable for you, your creator, the universe, whatever you choose, the power is within you. And the key to it really is understanding that power and learning how to demonstrate it. And so what we're sharing with you when we talk about manifesting, these are just different tools and tips and techniques that you can use. And once you start to open up, you'll find other ways. And when you become playful with it, and when you allow yourself to open up, more ideas, and you'll come up with your own tools. You'll come up with your own techniques when you start to experiment and play with it. And when I approach things as an experiment, then it's easy for me to let it go, because I'm going, okay, this is an experiment. Let's see what happens. And so there's no heaviness to it. And so it's like there's no expectation. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's give this a try. Let's see this. And then you tweak it. You find what works with you, what resonates with you. Some things will work better. Journaling, scripting works for me because I'm a writer. So it's very helpful for me. And so you may have something else if you're more visual. The vision boards, may work better for you. So we're just sharing all these different things, and you find what works for you, and you just experiment. And I would really love, Katina, I would love to hear some feedback from the listeners, if there's anybody that is willing, brave enough to try some of these tools and tips that we're sharing. You know, if they give us feedback, say 30 days from now, and say, hey, I tried this and this is what happens, because it's really wonderful when you can come back and say, hey, this worked for me. You know, when you can share an experience about trying one of these processes, because I know it works for me.
Right. So the lines are open, and just raise your hand. I can see you here on the screen if you want to say something. Okay, nobody raised their hand, so we can keep going. So what I like to do now is just share a few things that we've manifested in our own lives, and it could be something so small or something so big. But when I first started playing with this manifesting, I was going to a church, and the pastor was speaking about faith and having faith and believing God for everything that you need and want. So I was just kind of playing with it. One day I was at work, and I said, I'm going to walk down to the cafeteria. I want to eat a cookie. So I said, if this is real, I want to find $1 on the floor, on my way to the cafeteria. So I went to the ladies' room, and I almost went into one stall, but I felt led to go into the stall in the middle. So I went to the stall in the middle, and there was $1 on the floor. So that was my $1 to buy my cookie. Another time, I needed some repairs on my car, and this was like 10 years. Oh God, probably 15 years ago. And the pastor was speaking about faith. This one pastor, this church I used to go to 15 years ago, the pastor always talked about faith. That's the one thing that I loved about that church. It taught you to have faith and to believe God for things that you want. So I needed some repairs on my car. I wanted to go back to church that night, so when I pulled out of the driveway and my car cut off, the next morning I put my car in the shop and did not have the money, didn't know where it's coming from. And I said, Lord, I just trust you. You're going to make a way for me to get my car fixed. I got to have my car. So I left the car in, and then Tuesday rolled around. And then Wednesday rolled around. I kept praying. Then Thursday rolled around. I got a check in the mail. Totally unexpected. Got a check in the mail for the exact amount of what it cost me to get that car out the shop. And that's real. That's real. Another time, I had moved out to California, and I had always wanted to move there and live there. I had visited my coworker. Had moved the year before I did. She's like, come on out. So I went out and checked it out. I loved it the next year. So they were doing some layoffs at my job, and I was like, hey, this is perfect. I'm moving. So I prayed about it. I said, Lord, if this is meant for me to go, I need you to make a way. So I got a credit card in the mail for $3,000 to be approved. I was approved for $3,000. So I moved out to California on $3,000. And this is real. I didn't say how it should come. It just showed up. Those are a few examples of on my end. Did you have something you wanted to share, Cherise?
I'll share something really quickly. And it's small, but it's something I manifested, and that is my laptop that I have. And I had a picture of my laptop on my vision board, and it's a Vio, and I had that on my vision board. I didn't want to get a Dell. I didn't want to get a Mac. I just wanted a Vio. I felt like it was something about it that spoke to me. And at the time when I placed it on my vision board, I didn't have the money to purchase it, and I didn't know how it was going to come. But actually, I have it on my desk right now. I've had it for a few years, and it was something that I ended up getting a great deal for. I bought the model. I actually got it at Walmart, and could you believe Walmart actually at that time they did carry Bio, and I didn't even know it. I just happened to be shopping that day, and so I got a really good deal on it. But it was something I had on my vision board, and all of a sudden,
awesome.
It presented itself to me. So, and there's so many other things, but we don't have enough time to go into all of it.
Right, there's
so that's one of the things that, So I actually had to do a new vision board because so many things that I had on my old vision board I already manifested, create a new one.
That's wonderful. Thank you for tuning in to The Awakening with Katina Love. We will be having another show on manifesting, and the topic is going to be the element of surprise. Thank you, and namaste. Have a blessed day.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming, and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything!
Run to Old Navy right now to get 30 to 50% off all jeans and all sweaters for everyone in the family. Pair your favorite jeans with any of Old Navy's stylish sweaters and get 30 to 50% off from top to bottom. Every pair of jeans is on sale, including Old Navy Rockstar jeans, and so are the season's best sweaters. All jeans and all sweaters are 30 to 50% off, now at Old Navy or OldNavy.com. But you better hurry, this deal won't last. Run to Old Navy, valid 11/2 to 11/8.